It's the Texas weather discussion video for Thursday, the 30th of August. I'm Donovan Neal. Although we do continue to remain hot, humid, and mostly dry for the rest of this week and the weekend, there's something to watch come Labor Day and mostly the beginning parts of next week, as a little bit of moisture effects from the Gulf, and also there's something to watch in the tropics. So lots to talk about here. Let's go. So this is the upper air look across the nation. This morning, we're still in the flat ridge. You can see that trough in the northwestern states, bringing some cooler weather to the north, and that's reflected with the surface temperatures around the nation. Down here in the south, we stay mild. We still have a mild morning, but up in the north, some places starting the mornings in the mid to upper 40s, and I'm just patiently awaiting the days where we can do that, and we'll be in the mid 90s later today. On the watch warning map, not much going on across the nation this morning. Very quiet for this time of the year, but we could see a couple of severe thunderstorms near the Corn Belt and some places across the Central Plains, even in Northern Virginia as well. Tomorrow, pretty standard slight risk for pretty much the same general region, and on day 3, marginal risk extends through the Midwest into the Central Plains. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Thursday morning of next week. Heavier totals remain up in the north and near the Gulf, and down here we could see around half an inch of rain, perhaps even greater for parts of North Texas. And again, that's anything that we see next week with some moisture affecting from the Gulf. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's go on in the tropics. We can see that we have that little wave, little area of disturbed weather emerging from the Gulf, and the NHC has quickly upgraded these chances to a 60% chance of developing during the next 48 hours. And this is something we'll have to watch here. But for the next 5 days, the NHC has actually given this an 80% chance of developing for the next during the next 5 days. So tropical depression is likely once this moves out into the open water and off the coast of Africa, and this is expected to basically hit the Cape Verde Islands once this emerges from Africa as a tropical depression. Now, if this becomes a tropical storm, its name will be Florence. So we'll continue to monitor this for the next 5 days. More than likely, this thing gains latitude, and this probably won't impact the U.S. at all. But we'll have to monitor this. So let's go on to the GFS. This is the 06Z run valid this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Flat ridge down here. Down here, we continue to stay dry. Again, we'll continue to mention more sun than clouds. Highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, and pretty much the same thing on Friday, the 31st. Now, here's Saturday, the first day of meteorological fall. Now, keep in mind, just because it's September, it doesn't magically turn cooler. Highs will still be in the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. And by Sunday, we stay mostly dry, but we will mention a small chance for an isolated thunderstorm or two during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will still stay in the mid 90s. Now here's Monday of next week. Monday, the moisture really starts to increase. The air mass becomes unstable. We'll mention the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will basically be in the low 90s at this point. I say the best chance of any one spot getting wet will be around in the 30 to 50% bracket on Monday. We'll continue to monitor how things go. And Tuesday, widespread chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms still continue. Highs will still be in the low 90s at this point. In fact, it'll be even lower for those that see rain for an extended period of time. Now here's Wednesday. That rain starts to fizzle out a little bit. We'll still continue to at least mention at least a 20% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the low 90s with the mix of sun and clouds. And here's Thursday of next week. Thursday, we kind of have a little pattern shift here. That ridge shifts to the west. We have that trough to the east, and down here we'll still mention the chance for at least an isolated showers and thunderstorms with highs in the mid 90s. But if we go to the Gulf, I see a little bit of tropical mischief indicated by the GFS. Not major, but a little bit worth noting. At least lots of tropical moisture right there. So let's go on. Let's continue here. By Friday, thing has this. The GFS has this thing impacting near Corpus Christi, bringing heavy rains and a little bit of wind near Corpus Christi by Friday. And by Saturday, you can see indicated by the GFS height that this is basically near the Mexico Texas border down here. You can see the surface observations basically reflect that. But let's go to the European. It has a different opinion on this. The European actually has this landfalling near Mobile, Alabama by Wednesday, the 5th of September, which is next week, and by Thursday of next week, this thing is basically near the Mississippi-Louisiana border, having that system impact there, and by Friday, it has this thing near the Arklatex borders right there. Doesn't quite make it into North Texas, and by Saturday, it has this as a remnant low. So two contrasting ideas here. If the GFS is correct, we most likely see heavy rain stretched out over the next few days with highs mostly low in the upper 80s to low 90s. And if the European is correct, North Texas would mostly stay dry with highs mostly in the mid 90s. So we'll continue to monitor this very carefully here, and a lot of things can and will change. So we'll continue to monitor this very carefully. But you can see for the numbers for the next week or so, highs for the rest of this week and the weekend stay in the mid to upper 90s, and as soon as we hit next week, lows will be in the low to mid 90s. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll run it in the blog. Next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow. Actually, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can catch local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and Godspeed.